So this is take number 3 of me recording for this servant, because now the wiki actually updated it, when last night and right before I started streaming this morning, it wasn't there. So now I get to re-record this again. Okay. Tezcatlipoca. I am butchering that name. His art style is very contentious. But if you've seen what this version's MP does, you might reconsider whether he looks good or not. Because I really like that Ascension's MP. Base attack at 10 point, almost 11,000. And HP is decently high, about like 500, I think it's 500 below Van Gogh. Star weight Sarden is assassin numbers, MP charge at 0.41%. He is AoE arts, so this is making sense why his MP charge is this low. Hit count, we have 4 hits on quick, 3 on arts, 4 on buster, and 6 hit extra attack. So if this number was higher, this would be looking pretty good, but overall kind of weird. An assassin only has 1 quick card, but he is going for damage. And as you can see here, his base damage at MP, ignore his niches, which we'll get to later, is higher than the Valks at MP5. And he does not have a buffed MP. And he's almost hitting as hard as Shuten Doji with better looping capability. So that is why you would be going for Tez, because his damage would just straight up be higher depending on your copies. First skill is Charisma, just like Moriarty, like old Moriarty, Liz, conditional for another 20%. This one is if they have a Guts. Now, Guts is not the most common buff to give people, but it's not uncommon either. We have Paracelsus, Boudica when she gets her buff, that's coming very soon on NA, and then we also have Mystic Codes like Anniversary Blonde and craft essences like the ones you get from fest events. So not the worst, but like this is not bad. Like, and this is relatively easy to enable. So, you know, it's probably the weakest thing in this kit, but it's fine. 40% attack does wonders. It'd just be better if he had better base attack. Then it would scale better. Second skill is a 50% battery to himself, and then a 20% battery to everyone else in the party. This is awesome because now for 90 plus, you have options for what supports what teams you can do. Because technically, with this, you can do like hybrid teams of him, Castoria, and then your other DPS. Depending on if they have a battery or not, it kind of actually doesn't matter what card type. Because say you're doing arts and quick, you can have Castoria pop the batteries, and then you bring in Ruler Scotty and they buff up your quick servant. That's single target. 2 hits of Invul, 3 attacks, and after this sticks, wait, party invincibility buff block. Okay, so when I was going through this on Atlas, this part wasn't there about party invincibility block. So it would have to be tested, but you may be able to like put Castoria. I think it gives the party invincibility buff block. I think this is just bad phrasing. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So it depends on how you read. So possible translation. Yeah, I just don't like this wording. But it just means the same thing. The entire party is going to get buff block just for invincibilities for 3 turns, 1 time. And third skill Gives himself the guts, which is allowing this. 30% arts. 50% damage mod against divine, which is like a lot of servants. So much easier to look this up on this site than on Atlas. So divine is all these servants. We go to Rider, and there is a bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, so 4, 8, 10, 15 Riders. He gets class advantage. Go down to Berserkers. There are quite a couple. There are 8 or 9. And then King Protea and BB, he gets full damage mod against with the super large. Yep. But you're not going to bring him to fight King Protea because King Protea has class advantage. And then the last thing is Sunlight Battlefield Nullification. While he's on the field, Ozzy, his loop is screwed. You wouldn't, and he's an assassin, so he is literally the Ozzy killer and probably the Kets killer too, depending on if Kets gets a buff soon. So you might get it next week when the next banner comes out. Even though she didn't show up, like Kukulkan is supposed to be like relatively similar to Kets, and I hope they finally give Kets a buff. Passives, we have Magic Resist A for debuff resist, Territory Creation A, Divinity. Okay, so that's what it's called. Almighty Intelligence, Buster Performance, and I'm going to butcher this so bad. Cool, and maybe. This is an interesting one because it ups the value of Master's Mysticode skills by 10%. I don't have him, so I can't test this except getting like a friend one, and even then, there's going to be some rounding. So it's either it ups the percentage of it, like take Fragments of 2004, how it's like 50% MP gain and 50% damage on the two skills. It's either going to bring them up to 55% if it is 10% of the buff, or it's going to add on to it and give you 60% for each. Either one, that's still good. He's helpful and very nice passive to have. They might come out with skills that buff Mystic Master skills. So cool. You are definitely going to want mana loading. It will make his looping options much better. And if you're just doing it for farming, you might be able to incorporate Castorias into your looping, like without requiring any carding, because this plus the Castorias AoE charismas, that is like all they need to do is have an append and they're looping, or all of them are popping at least on turn 3. And that's not even counting what you have here. So you don't even need appends, because as we see here, the normal effect is 10% battery. So literally appends do not matter. If you want to have double Castoria and Tez MP in the same turn on wave 3 for maximum damage, and you say you don't have any cards to actually do carding, that's what you can do. And then hitting very hard, ignores invincibility for 1 turn, not just the MP. Good. And then the wiki is at least saying this, he stacks MP damage every time he MPs. So he is also going to be stronger the more he's looping. So his turn 3 is going to look pretty nice. Oh, okay. Awesome. Jordan actually updated this. Ooh. Oh, can you use Black Rail? Interesting. And Assassin. Titus can use Black Rail too. And slow. Yeah, so better for Valks for Black Rail, and he's gonna just scale better with Oberon. Yeah, he's gonna scale really well with Oberon. Valks are gonna just be like the refunders. So yeah, looking good here. They are competing, so you really don't need this guy if you just need an arch looper. If you have the Summer Valks, you're good. Big thing to say though, you need the LB7 mats. You need a lot of them. A lot of them. So if you want this guy, if you get him, get to farming. And Bonsi. Yeah, so I do have to go here for this. Mask of Warriors. That's a whole lot of guns. That's a whole lot of guns. I think Koi and Sky would be very appreciative of this. She would approve. It's the NFF seal of approval. 30% MP damage, and when his guts procs, 10 stars. Tame, but it works. You can't gen stars with his quick card that easily, so I guess having a way to gen stars is nice. And I did hear an idea for, no, I'll save that for another time, of how they improve Bonsi's. But yeah. Tezcatlipoca. I think he's pretty cool. He's on a banner with an AoE pretender, which actually would have more consistent. It would have more consistent refund than say an alter ego. So, but again, that pretender is permanent now. So whether you want to summon on the banner or not, up to you. No, but yeah. Servant's not bad. I don't think it's must summon. If we didn't get some Revalk, he actually probably would be like higher on the list of like servants you need to summon, but he's not. All right, so hopefully I'm done having to record this servant, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. If you enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like or a sub, and if you're feeling really generous, give me some feedback on the video in the comments section. I am very much looking to improve in the coming months as the channel continues to grow. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.